All right, guys, I got a kind of a cool one. As you can see, I'm dropping off a dumpster for somebody that's doing a renovation project at this beautiful home. For some of you guys, you're going to see this title and go, that's expensive. For some of you other guys that are out there in California, Texas, Colorado, and you know how high your real estate is, well, this is what you can buy in the Midwest for a fraction of the cost of what it would cost you somewhere in one of those other locations. So let's take a look at what we've got over here. Like you might have seen in some of the drone footage, about as far as the eye can see is their property. So not only does this beautiful home here come at that price tag, but so does 75 acres of land that is pretty much untouched, unfarmed. So quite a bit of room to play with. They've even got a windmill out there. Look at that thing. It does power part of the house. And then I was just talking to the owner, who's a pretty cool guy, and they're installing for any kids and cousins and stuff that come out basically a rope system. Like if you were to go to a ski lodge, they've ordered a bunch of rope because this is like a ledge. That thing drops pretty steep. This one's not as steep, but on the other side is very steep. So they're gonna make it so they can put a bunch of hay bales at the bottom and then have a rope system with a motor to bring the kids back up so they can just have endless amounts of fun doing sledding, skiing, and maybe even some, light snowboarding for, a beginner. But very cool. The backyard we'll get to, but there's so much space out here to do whatever you want. So like I said, we are dropping off a dumpster here for this remodel that's going on, but they said they want to modernize it a little bit. Uh-oh, we woke somebody up. Then you got the Golden Doodle house pet. Let's see. Walk right in. Beautiful front entrance. Window view. Look at that. That's all theirs. I actually, a couple weeks ago, was out here hitting golf balls out into nowhere. So that's pretty cool. You got a back deck for showing off, or not showing off, but hanging out with friends. It comes with that, as you can tell, they just recently bought this place, just moved in, so not a lot's done. I know they had this kitchen set up, but this is the project. I believe they're taking out all this flooring. They're taking out these counters, cabinets. They're just redoing the whole thing. And some of you guys are gonna look at this and say, wow, this is gorgeous as is. I can't believe it. But you know what? When it's not the way you want it, it makes total sense to make it the way you do before you move all of your stuff into it, right? So then out here, like I said, you got the back patio, which is beautiful because it's got that composite wood, so you don't have to worry about replacing it very often. Got a little fireplace, grill. They've got trails out that way going straight to some ponds, and if any of you were hunters, I saw the previous owners left some blinds out there and some tree stands. Like I said, we were just hitting golf balls out into space over here. And get a look at this, see if you can see what I see here. Notice those pool noodles right there? Oh yeah, that is a second-story indoor pool. You heard me, a pool. We'll go see that here in a little bit. I want to see the rest of the place. Last time I was here, I kind of found myself lost because it seems like there's always two ways to get somewhere, but I think I've got it pretty figured out now, and he said I could just kind of walk around, so I'm going to do it. Came out of the kitchen pantry is right here, massive, bigger than some of your guys' bedrooms and mine. So walk through here. I believe this is the garage. And wouldn't you know, there's a Tesla in here. So that's kind of cool. Pretty good space. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 car doors sitting out here. And then, like you might have seen in some of that drone footage, this is my favorite part. I don't know if I'll go inside of it today, but maybe we'll get a chance. There's a barn way out there. And that thing is 2 levels. You could practically live on the top side of it. And in the bottom side, it's got all of his toys. And we actually suggested he get a certain type of tractor to take care of this, because before that, he just had a 0-turn lawnmower. And I said, you're gonna need way more than a 0-turn to take care of this grass. So I believe there's now a tractor and a brush hog out there. And of course, there's 0-turn for that closer stuff, but plenty of room to play out there. Has that side-by-side there to, roam the property and, show a tour to people when they come out. But let's go back in here. I believe this is one of the ways down to the basement. And I think this might even be like the first basement. There might be 2 levels to it. And yeah, keep in mind there's kids that live here, so they totally let me do this without even much notice. So over here, you've got yourself a nice little pool set up. Nice little pool room for that matter. I think they actually had to get a specific pool table to fit in here. I don't even know if that's the one they originally had for their last house, but got a pool table, just cabinetry. Move on over here. Oh, here, let's get a light on it here if we can. There we go. I hate doing these in the dark, but look at that. You've got all kinds of, I'm gonna look in this closet before. Oh, just dresses and coats. I know there's all kinds of hidden rooms and stuff. There you go. Move on in here. You've got your own personal bar, kitchen area, kind of the kids' playroom. I know there were some guests here recently, so I believe they've just kind of been camping down here. You get, like I said, there's 2 or 3 basically living spaces. There's the walkout there, so there's the bottom of the 2-sided porch that you can walk out to. You've got your poker table. One of the guest bedrooms still being moved in. Every bedroom seems to have its own bathroom, and with each bathroom, I believe there's almost its own, HVAC and hot water heater system is always very close by. There's several of them in this place. The thing about having separate HVAC systems throughout the house is they don't have to necessarily run all of them at once. They can kind of climate control certain areas without overpowering them. So it's pretty handy, so you're not spending an outrageous bill when only 2 or 3 people might be living here at a time. But then when guests come, you can turn on areas and then have power there too. The worst part is I'm going to miss half this house practically. A, because I'm on a time schedule, and B, because I know every time I come here, I find a different room. So we're only giving like the quick synopsis of what this place really looks like. The movers just recently got this put in, and the funny thing is, it looks way smaller than it used to in their older house because this is just so much more space than where it used to sit. Like I said, you had your grand entrance here, and then boom, right here is kind of another, I believe, just kind of family room or just hangout room, music room, maybe an office. It has a great window view, so I'd actually assume this was probably built as an office. Got all kinds of media. So I think most of this powers the different speakers that go throughout the house. As you can see, there's speakers there, speakers there. I've noticed some in some other rooms too, so it actually controls everything throughout the house. Very cool. I think they just moved all their stuff in here while they still get things organized. All right, let's see the upstairs. It's just so crazy that he's letting me roam around his house. He doesn't care at all. People still do live here too, so I'm not going to literally just go poking through their rooms, but I'm just going to kind of give you the outside view, if that makes sense, because there's no need for me to get like invasive in their privacy. That'd be super weird. So from a visual, I can see one bedroom here, one bedroom here. I know they have a guest staying in that one as well, and then one of their kids stays in this one. So that's 3 more rooms, not including the ones that are downstairs. Each one, like I said, has a walk-in closet and bedroom, or walk-in closet and bathroom, I'm sorry. Walk-in closet and bathroom on the inside of this one, and a grand walk-in closet and bathroom in this one. So, just an insane amount of space. Most of these bedrooms are bigger than one of my first apartments were in college. Easily 2 times the size, honestly. So it looks like we have another kind of like, just kind of chill space where, you know, it looks like they might be setting up an office space / just rest area as well. Really curious what they're going to be doing to that kitchen over there, considering how nice it looks now. I can only imagine what I'm probably going to be throwing away all kinds of like beautiful counters and maybe even appliances and flooring, but it'd be really cool to see what they actually turn that into. Got another bathroom here that jets off of the kitchen. I know I'm doubling back, but I'm just trying to make sure I kind of catch everything. But let's go check out that pool. Before we even get into the pool area, I just realized there's an office over here with a fireplace. Holy cow. I know this dude's a big golfer too, so this is his office as well. Right off the pool room, I just found another bedroom. I was told that one of the kids' friends was staying in here. So it looked like we have a gaming PC set up. And they've got a whole nother, bathroom set up in here with a view of that whole hillside. So it's insane. Beautiful, just simple bedroom, bathroom combo. I think this is actually getting turned into another office for them. Who knows? What is this? Another closet? Yep, another closet. Then a closet there. Just crazy. All right, and then we have the pool with 3 feet-ish on this side, and then this gets down to, I believe, anywhere between 10 and 12 feet. And as you can see, we are literally like on the second floor. So that is pretty cool that this actually is suspended like that and able to withstand all that weight. But I know over there is actually the maintenance room to, maintain the temperature of not only the pool, but the room itself. And you can see somebody's utilizing the equipment room in here as well. But slide for the kids. Keegan over there getting himself some lunch before we get back on the road. Gosh, I can't keep track of all these bathrooms. Look at this. One more. Right off the pool. This one's actually off the pool without any actual, bedroom attached to it. But this looks like the pool bathroom, the community bathroom to the pool. Like I said, a pretty cool house, and I really didn't show you all of it. I didn't show you the closets. I didn't show you all the bathrooms because obviously I'm trying to give them a little bit of privacy, so I'm not digging through their stuff. Clearly, they just moved in here, so it's still, it still looks like someone's moving in. I'm gonna get a little bit more drone footage of what the actual 75 acres looks like. I'm not even gonna get all of it, but give you kind of a glimpse of all the space they have out here. And if I can remember, or if we have another minute, I'll drive you down to that barn down there and get a little bit of video in there too, because that thing's pretty sweet as well. But goals, right? I mean, maybe one day everybody's got their own thing, but I've always wanted acreage. I just never imagined even a house sitting on this kind of acreage. So pretty cool. It's kind of a cool place to visit, that's for sure. Also, I didn't mention, there's a gun room and I walked right past it. Tell me if you can rewind the video and figure out where the gun room is. That was completely hidden. I mean, walk-in gun room with a safe door. I didn't show it to you because I shouldn't, but it is there. And I walked right past it. Pretty cool for any of you guys really into that and always wanted that James Bond safe room. Yeah, this house has one. It's pretty sweet. Couldn't help myself, I stole it. Funny thing is, this thing's a diesel. Somebody decided to tag along, he just like jumped right in. Whee! We're gonna go down to this shed real quick. I wish I could take a tour of this whole place, but one thing it doesn't have is a lot of trails. We're actually getting called back out to do a lot of trail cutting, so we're gonna show up with the brush cutter and a gravel bucket and some chainsaws, and we're gonna blaze them some new trails. I'm pretty excited for that. Holy crap. Let's see how many lights we got here. Oh my goodness. as I'd be in here all the time. Got ourselves a little push tractor. Got ourselves a really big push tractor. This is what he bought for the brush hogging, and so he can make sure to clear that long driveway of his without having to wait around. I got one more thing I'm going to show you, but I'm not going to show you the license plate if I can. Wow, wheels. Oh, he's got a Jeep somewhere too. Look at that bad boy. I'm going to have to get this off of him one day. Oh my goodness. I want this thing so bad. Little Volkswagen buggy. I think I could put rolling operations down the side of that. Put on the hood. What do you guys think? I think that needs to be a project. Put a whole new motor in it. So, oh my goodness. I'm dreaming here a little bit. I think these are part of his... I'm not really sure what those came from, honestly. Oh, let's go upstairs. I could just live in this place right here. Oh, look at that. Easily could be a bedroom. Somebody's doing art up here or something. I wonder if I'm looking at some famous artwork I don't know about. Huh. Pretty cool. Literally loft a couple beds in here. It's pretty warm in here too, so this must be heated. Dang. Dang. This makes my shop look like garbage. Pretty neat. No need for it, yet I want it. So we're gonna find a way to make a need for it. One day. All right, guys, that's all the time we've got right now. I hope you liked it. Again, that's about what you can get out here in Missouri for that price tag. And yeah, it's quite a bit. This is rural Missouri, so, you know, comes with a lot of land for all of you guys living shoulder to shoulder around the country. You know, pretty nice out here. Let's keep it that way. I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, and I hope you keep following us. Catch you next time.